Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. And we are so thrilled to be offering one of the first of its kind digital, virtual, and continuous learning environments, enabling parents and children to connect from all around the world. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild a family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have discussions on all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan: support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments both socially and politically that will enable our children to thrive. For those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Sunday, and we have one scheduled to drop this upcoming Sunday. So definitely be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you are looking for listening alternatives, well, we're available on 10 different podcast platforms for your listening leisure, and we've provided you with access to the links in the description down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep them going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Allô, les meufs et les mecs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education, and today we're talking about mental health. And this video is going to be part 2 in our conversation on confidence. I'm doing a deeper dive in this video on the bridge that we can build within our own lives that brings us from a place of insecurity to a place of confidence. So in our first video, I provided you some perspectives and just some points of reference based on past experience on what attitudes and values cultivate as we build confidence, and what attitudes we need to shed as we focus on confidence, and just some things that we learn along the way. So just some inherent biases that we might have in relation to insecurities and how we focus on those biases in order to convert those insecurities into confidence. So if you want more on that, definitely be sure to check out part 1, whereas this video is going to be more about the practical elements of building the bridge between insecurity to confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into my 4 perspectives that really speak to how to cultivate a deep-rooted confidence that is unshakable. So if you do have an experience that really does shake you up a little bit, even once you've built this deep-rooted self-confidence, you have a better chance of bouncing back and having resilience be the buffer that helps you really restore that confidence in the face of an experience that might have been a bit debilitating for you. So the one thing that I want to say is when it comes to real confidence and not bravado, so confidence that is really built on a sense of self-assuredness, is that kind of confidence is built with action, not with words. So there's a kind of confidence that we can build by kind of speaking confidence and speaking life into ourselves, which is one kind of confidence that can be shaken fairly easily just because it's built on words, so words can be used to tear it down. Whereas the confidence that I'm really talking about in this segment is confidence that is established through past experience. So through action, through our interactions with the environment around us, and this confidence is fairly deeply rooted. And the thing that I want to emphasize here is words will help you cultivate the courage you need to take the bold steps towards the objectives that matter to you. Confidence is the result of taking those bold steps. So that's really what I wanted to focus on in this video, is how confidence is a byproduct of courage. And some of that courage is built from the words that we speak into ourselves, the words of affirmation or the words of confirmation from ourselves and our peers. But confidence is a result of action, is a result of experience. So I guess that brings me to my first point, which is you solidify your courage and it crystallizes into confidence with action. So that courage, that bravery has the potential to convert into confidence with experience and with you making a commitment to translate that in the experiences that you delve into. And I guess with that said, confidence is established based on evidence of your ability to perform. So you have evidence that you can draw upon of how you performed in the past, and that evidence in and of itself informs your sense of how it is you're going to perform moving forward. Even if that performance isn't immediate, even if you know that there's going to be trial and error involved, there's going to be failures involved. You've pushed through trial and error before, you've pushed through failures before, so you have the confidence that regardless of how treacherous that journey, that trajectory might be, you're gonna make it in the end. And that's not just this false sense of self-belief. You've done it before. And the more that you put yourself through the process of building confidence from a place of courage and bravery, kind of stepping into the unknown, stepping into uncertainty, and having it translate as the result that you're looking for, despite like the obstacles that you face along the way, and that's a confidence that is very deeply rooted and very hard for anyone to take from you. I'm going to focus on some of that in my second point, which is confidence is established through failures. And that is something that seems a little paradoxical because we would think that failures shatter our confidence. But I think is when you allow your failures to build the narrative that you can't push through. So if you do not push through your failures, then that can be something that takes away from your confidence. Because I think when you put yourself on a trajectory that's going to involve trial and error, you have to recognize failures for what they are, which are opportunities to learn. So if you do not take that opportunity to learn and to pick yourself back up and to do things differently to see how that might change the result, then the only thing you're learning is you're proving to yourself that you can't do it. And that's just because of the choice you made, not because you actually can't do it. I think we can all accomplish the things that we want, but we all need to recognize that it's not going to be immediate, right? Not at first, not if we're stepping into the unknown. We don't really know what it is that we need. We don't really know what abilities we need to activate, what abilities we need to cultivate, what skill sets we need to develop. We don't have a lot of information when we step into the unknown. So if you are stepping into the unknown, the reward of that is confidence, but only if you keep pushing through. And if you stop midway, so if you allow yourself to acquiesce to failure, so to a moment or an obstacle that needed you to push multiple times before it broke down, then you're going to then build into a sense of defeat, right? So I think with confidence is a bit of a gamble, because where it is you will build confidence, if you don't keep pushing through, you will cultivate an insecurity in a sense of, hey, I wasn't able to do this, but you're not able to do something only if you stop trying. If you keep trying, you're building confidence with every effort, with every action towards the objective that you're looking for, regardless of the resistance that you're experiencing, regardless of the opposition that is coming to face you, and really to make the end result harder to attain. Then every step forward against that resistance is you cultivating the muscle, the discipline, and the confidence that is not only going to support you in accomplishing what it is that you're trying to get now, but that is also going to further support whatever it is that you do moving forward. So when you get to that next level, you now have the past experience that you can bolster yourself to, that was going to enable you to keep pushing through much more complicated, much more difficult, much more complex obstacles and navigate more, strenuous situations because you've done it in the past. And it's very hard to skip levels when it comes to confidence, right? Like you want to build confidence in the areas of where you are right now in your life by pushing through those obstacles, pushing through those barriers, embracing the resistance that comes with growth and transformation. And confidence is the reward of that, and recognizing that you're only failing if you stop as a result of an obstacle, or if you allow resistance to make you fold and make you bend to progress, to the progress that you're hoping to make. And I think that that's really important to recognize that if you keep pushing forward, your reward is confidence 100%. But if you stop, then you're going to be eroding the confidence that you currently have. So I think that you really want to just make sure that when you think about a trajectory that you'd like to take, you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally before you take it, because you need to be in a headspace where I don't want to start this trajectory to then be in a place where I have less confidence than what I have now. So if I'm going to start this trajectory, I need to mentally, emotionally, and spiritually commit to the journey, like even if I don't know what comes ahead of me, so that I'm only only building confidence from here. I'm not taking it away. Which brings me to my third point, which is courage. So courage, again, they're the words that we speak into ourselves that help us take the bold steps into the unknown. And I think that one thing that we need to recognize is courage dissipates without action. So if you want to leverage the courage that you currently have, you need to act. And we all know this. We know that courage is finite. So it's like if you're at the edge of a cliff maybe and you want to do bungee jumping, like you have a small window where courage is like boosted, where you make that jump. Otherwise, everything about how you feel about that experience is really telling you not to do it. So I think when you have moments where you experience courage, recognize that those moments are finite. Those moments don't exist forever. And you want to bank on that courage to help you take that bold step forward when it arrives. And recognize also that courage is about peaks and valleys. Like you have these peaks of courage as much as you have like these moments of feeling really, really unsure. So when you feel unsure, you want to build yourself up by building words like speaking affirmation, speaking confirmation in yourself to cultivate that courage. But once that energy is there where you feel like bold and you feel capable and you feel like you can do it, like you have to bank on it at that point in time. It's like a now or never moment. And the more that you let those now or never moments pass you by, the less courage you have for the next event, for the next obstacle, for the next leap of faith. So you need to really take stock of the courage that you have now and make sure that you leverage each of those moments and each of those instances as opportunities to build and convert that courage into confidence. And my last point, which I touched upon in our first video, is confidence is comfortable with loss. When you're confident, you recognize that your commitment is to yourself and to your growth and everything else is negotiable. That sounds a bit cold and cut and dry, but when you're building confidence, you're growing, you're transforming, you're learning, you're changing. And with that change, it's not just intrinsic, it changes the way the environment and the world around you responds and reacts to you. And you need to realize that sometimes the way the world responds and reacts to the change that you're experiencing inwardly is to shrink back. But you're not in the game to shrink back. You're here to grow, you're here to evolve. So you need to be open to the new people that will be introduced. You need to be open and you need to be comfortable with the fact that people that were very familiar were only familiar at that specific level. And in life, like we don't get to determine how long we stay at given levels, right? So we could have friendships that last forever, and then all of a sudden, because of this period of growth, those friendships die away. And we need to be comfortable with that. And I think confidence is very comfortable with loss because we recognize that everything is about a journey. Like there's not a whole lot we can control by way of how our environment reacts to the growth that we're experiencing, reacts to the transformation that we're experiencing. But hey, if people, places, and experiences are meant to be part of our journey, then we know that they will be with or without us holding on and clinging to something that maybe we need to let go of. If there are people you need to let go of in order to commit to your growth, commit to the confidence that you're hoping to build in yourself that will allow you to tap into potential greater than what you're tapping into now, then definitely do that. Everything that you're experiencing, you're supposed to be experiencing. You're always exactly where you're supposed to be. And whether you're experiencing loss or whether you're experiencing something beautiful and amazing, like be in that moment, appreciate it for what it is, extract from it all it is that you can learn from it, but recognize all of it serves a greater purpose. In any case, that's it for the topic of discussion this week. I hope that it was interesting to you and I'm interested in hearing your point of view. Before letting you go, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that we will be going live at least twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our Facebook page. So we invite you to join. And in these live events, we will be covering different topics that help cultivate the critical thinking and the soft skills to derive more meaning and fulfillment out of life. So if that's something that is of interest to you, definitely be sure to join. We have a thematic calendar built in for the entire year, so you can RSVP whenever you would like. And if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I suggest our package plans. So we do offer membership plans that will enable you to attend an unlimited number of our live events, which is great, and also workshops and webinars over and above those live events. So definitely be sure to meander over to the website, check out the content that we have, and I look forward to seeing you soon. We'll talk to you later.